Hey guys, um, couple quick things. First, I'm going to give a shout out to a channel, Prepping in Progress. Great couple over there. They appear to work well together, and that's important when you're preparing. Intelligent, also a good plus. I'm just kidding. They are great people. Go check them out if you haven't already. No, you don't have to tell them I sent you. No, just go check them out. If you like it, great. If you don't, that's cool. Don't go back. It's just like my channel. If you like it, great. Stick around, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that silly little bell icon over there. It's down there somewhere. So this is, as you can tell by the intro, this is one of my beginner 101 basic guides for prepping. And I'm going to create its own playlist for all my beginner videos so they're easier to find. What I have here is an assortment of bags. And I'm going to kind of go over what each bag is for and a small scenario to go with each one. I'm going to try not to make this jumping down a rabbit hole if I can help it. So first thing is, let's all agree on one thing. An emergency is any situation that you are not expecting that disrupts your normal workday activities to a degree that is uncomfortable. I'm not talking physical emergencies where you're cut, broken, whatever. We're talking environmental or workflow stoppage to the point where the building's shut down. So let's start with the small bag. These small bags are great for one thing and one thing only. 24 to 36 hour get me home bag. You put a little bit of food, you can put a water bottle with it or some kind of canteen. You can put a small folding stove in here, maybe an extra pair of socks just in case. But you're not going to put a whole lot in here. I mean, yeah, you've seen me fill these bags. I got a video in here where I filled it and put quite a bit in there. So, I mean, it's, for me, something this size is something you leave in the office building and, it's pretty small. You can keep it in a desk drawer or in your locker, whichever. And it'll get you home in emergency. That's what that one's for. Sorry, I let the goat run loose. Next, excuse me. These two. They're both about the same size capacity-wise, both 20-liter bags. I mean, this one maybe be half a liter more. But their design is entirely different. And with it being entirely different, it means it can serve as two different functions. This one's nice, wide open. It's got 3 pouches. You got, of course, your big wide one, then you got a front one, and you got a little one up top. But the main benefit to this is it's nondescript. If you've got this full of stuff, and you're walking down the street, not too many people are going to think twice about you carrying this bag as opposed to this tactical bag. Now, Charles wanted his own. That's why we've got this one. Because he wanted one like Daddy's. So, no kid. But he gave him a peace of mind. That's important. But back to the bags. Bags this size are what I would call a 72-hour range. You can put enough clothes in here, food in here, equipment, for fire, shelter. You can get almost the entire 10 C's of survival, Dave Canterbury, in these bags, and not be uncomfortable. And that's the point of this. You don't want a bag too heavy to where it's uncomfortable. But that's what these are good for. And then last, we've got this monster. This is a 55-liter bag. And this is what I would call a 2-week bag. Okay. This will get you 14 days worth of clothing, food, water. Well, you ain't going to carry that much water with you, but it'll give you the way to carry it, clean it, disinfect it, whatever you need to do. And for 14 days, you can live out of this bag. And we'll give you a scenario. Remember a year and a half, 2 years ago, what was it? The dam out in Florida, or California. Wow, Florida. Anywho, sorry. Too many other things going on at the mind. Anywho, California dams. Excuse me. Those people were told, you must evacuate. Well, what about those people who didn't have a car? For whatever reason. I don't have a car. So if I was in an area like that where I was said, you have to evacuate, or, and look at the traffic lines. For 2 days on the news, that's all you heard about is people being stuck for 2 days in traffic. Well, obviously, it's not ideal. If you think the situation's going to evolve into that, then you need to plan ahead, which is why you would have something, a bag set up. Now, in a situation like that, the California dams, some of those people are gone for 2 weeks. Well, if you head north or upwind of the dam, so you're not below it, you're above it, then a bag like this, go hike out into the woods, don't leave any fires burning, would survive you. If you've got, and you can carry a small little radio in here, be it something similar like a Bofang, which has AM, FM on it, or like that little survival radio I've got, something like that. It fits in here. It fit in one of these too. Excuse me. But that's what these bags are designed for, as far as capacity and philosophy of use. Yes, coined from Nothing Fancy Project. Another good channel if you want to go check them out. But there's been lately a confusion between a get home bag, a bob, and an inch bag. To me, a get home bag and a bug out bag are not inclusive. They're not the same, because you're actually trying to serve two different purposes. One is to get you home where your bob is, and the bob is to get you away from home because crap's happening. So they're actually two different bags. To try and convert it all into one bag, you're actually putting unnecessary weight on yourself. Now, let's say this is your bug out bag. Do you want to carry something this big compared to something like this or this in your vehicle to get home on? No, you're not going to want to carry something this heavy to get home. Even if it's only a 2-day hike, 3-day hike to get home. You're going to want something lightweight so you're maneuverable. You can maneuver fast, you can duck and cover. You're not going to duck and cover with a bag like this. Now, can you bug out for a week in a bag like this? Yeah, if you're going to some place that's already got everything else you need, sure, no problem. You can do it. But if you're going to an area where you don't have resources available to you that are your resources without having to kill, cheat, and steal to get it, then these aren't going to work out as a bug out bag because you're overextending the limits of these bags. You'll need something like this. And on the other side of the coin, if you're going to some place where you have resources available that are yours, or friend, family, whatever, you don't need this big of a bag if you're only going to be gone 3 days to get to that resource. Something like this will get you. So don't overburden yourself with a bag system that's not designed for what it's actually, or trying to use a bag system for what it's not designed for. If you know it's 3 days, maximum 3 days, you're going to get to resources, you don't have to worry about it, then stick with a smaller bag. 24-hour resources, then the little teeny bag. 2 weeks before resources, then you're going to want a bigger bag. This all falls back into proper planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So plan in advance. Have your maps ready, laminated, dry erase markers, or highlighters. If you use highlighters, get some of those fingernail polish removing pads, the ones that come in little sealed packages. Carry a couple of those on there so you can plan your route. And if you think, for whatever reason, that you don't want somebody seeing your route, you can take that, clean your map off, and then use that little pad for a fire starter. 2 uses, 1 item. Yes, I actually have some of those in one of my kits buried. They're just wonderful. But have your maps ready. know the terrain. If you're going to have to go through a mountainous terrain, but it's not overly mountainous to the point where you have to try and use grappling hooks and climbing ropes and carabiners and all that good stuff, then make sure you get a good set of hiking boots over the ankle. You're going to want something that's going to support your ankle. You don't want one of these trekking shoes, as I call them, that look nothing more than like tennis shoes with a sole of a hiking boot on it. Those are trekking shoes. They're great. They're easy, it gives your ankle plenty of room for mobility. But if you're in a bug out situation, if you're trying to evade people, you're trying to get away from everybody else, the last thing you want to do is to step on a rock and not have any support for your ankle and snap your ankle. Because now you have just put yourself in a world of hurt. You have you're out in the middle of nowhere. You've been avoiding everybody. Nobody knows where you're at. Now you got a broken ankle. What are you going to do? Okay. So for hiking boots, over the ankle, partway up the calf, full lace. Don't skimp on the boots. I've got 2 pairs of boots. One is a cheap Walmart pair and one is slightly more expensive. The boots I'd like to get, I'm probably not going to get unless somebody sends me a pair, and that's a set of Ranger jump boots. I had a pair in the Army. I loved them. The most comfortable boot I've ever worn that goes halfway up my leg. Well, not halfway, quarter of the way up, but very comfortable boots. So, yeah, that's, again, back to the bags. Small, medium, and large. Short home or short trip, medium trip, long trips. Don't try using this bag to do what this bag can do. And don't use this bag for what the little bag can do. I mean, it's pointless because you're putting an undue burden on your body. Don't do it. It's not needed. So that's it on the bags. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, like, dislike, whichever. Leave it down below. I'm not going to throw this one down on the floor because it's actually got stuff on the underside. One more thing. No, it's not an actual RC car. It is the box that I've had to put the giveaway stuff into. It's the only box I've got big enough. I'm going to throw a picture up here that shows basically what's in the box. And I'm working on 1 or 2 more items. I don't know how long, but they should be in long before we hit the 200 mark, unless I blow up another 50 subscribers in the next couple of weeks. It's getting kind of full. So I'm going to make this caveat now. If you're in the U.S., I'll take care of the shipping. I should be able to. Unless this thing starts weighing 100 pounds. If you're in Canada, I'm going to ask for a little bit of help. Just cover the difference, cover a little bit of the difference. If you're overseas, I'm going to need a lot of help. Because if you're overseas and shipping stuff across the pond is not cheap, it's not even easy. So I would need a little bit of help. But don't let that dissuade you from entering. We'll work something out if you're overseas. But yeah, it's not an RC car. You're not getting an RC. No, you're not. I'm not giving you one. This wasn't that great of one anyway. Charles loved it while we had it, but anyway. There is a lot of stuff in here. The giveaway is getting bigger. Like I say, I've got 2 more items that I'm looking to get in here. 1 food-based, 1 item-based. And we will have to see what happens. But that's it for this video. Again, go check out, if you stayed this long, congratulations. 2, go check out Prepping in Progress. Great channel, great people. Stop by X Nation. Friday night, good chat. Friday night, 8 Eastern. You'll find me and a whole bunch of other people chit-chatting. Let's see. Go check out Finger Lick Prepper's books on Cybernuke channel. There's links down below for the Teespring stores. Mine and theirs. I have a Patreon account. No supporters yet. That's okay. And one last thing, any picture type updates, if I take a picture, something that's related to the channel, that'll be up on my Twitter page. If you go to the banner, And up over here in the corner of the banner, you'll see a little Twitter icon. Go there. There's my channel or page, whichever you want to call it. Go ahead and follow. That's where I'll post updates. If I don't make a Monday video for an update, that's where I'll post pictures. So that's one way to stay in touch. That's it for now. Thank you all. Sorry, brain's running 200 miles that direction when it's supposed to go in this direction. You know how it goes. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for visiting. We'll catch you next time. Later.